What's going on, guys? It's your boy Hammer, and I thought I'd do something a little bit different here. Just upload in little clips from my daily workouts. So today was a leg session, and it's pretty simple. I've switched to an upper-lower split, so that means my volume is maybe even a little bit lower than it was before on a push-pull legs per exercise, because I'm training legs basically like every 3 days, so the leg workout can't be too crazy over the top, because I'm only going to have 1 or 2 rest days between training legs again. So starting off, we did calves, and as you can see, everything I like to do extremely controlled form, really get as big of a stretch as I can, and then a hard contraction, never taking the tension off the muscle. So this was my calf movement. We did 2 sets here. I try to keep everything, like if I'm getting much more than 8 reps on a movement, I'm probably going to end up switching out the movement for something else. And moving on from calves, we went into the leg extension. Now, I had been doing the leg extensions after my squat pattern, whether it's a hack or leg press or whatever. And I kind of think so there's a couple reasons for it. Mostly, I had knee surgery, so I have a lot of knee pain. So I'm always kind of finicking with like what order of exercises is best for my knee. But lately, leg extensions have been feeling a lot better than they had been previously. So I thought I would try pre-exhausting, because like I said, I don't want to have to kill myself with crazy amount of reps. I want to keep the loads extremely heavy, as much as is controllable. And I thought moving leg extensions before my presses would probably be a smart way to do that. And that being said, I know I just like to keep around 8 reps, but certain movements don't lend themselves for that for me. Like if I try to do a 6 or 8 rep max on leg extension, my knee will just split in 2. So here, I'm not sure exactly how many reps we got, but I know it was a little bit more than 8. And then moving on to the big daddy movement of the day. This was the Cybex leg press, and if anyone has ever used the Cybex leg press, it is extremely heavy. That's why I like it, because everyone probably wants to find the leg press that they could load 20 plates on. I'd rather find the one that 8 plates feels like it's going to crush me. And yeah, some gyms have a Cybex leg press that you could only put 8 plates on because the pegs are only that long. But this is the bodybuilder gym, so all their equipment is pretty much specialized for bodybuilders. So this one handles 8 plates, and I still have space to improve. Only 5 reps there, but I was happy with that. And then I did a back offset. Actually, for most of these movements, I believe for every movement today, we did 2 sets. So we worked up to our max weight, and then we did 1 set with maybe 10 to 20% load reduction. So I took 1 plate off here, and I was very happy that I was able to not only increase my range of motion slightly, I feel like I was able to really focus on keeping the quads tight the entire motion, getting a little bit deeper, and then I believe I got 9 reps here. So to take 1 plate off and add 4 reps with better form is actually pretty good. I will take that. And then moving on to hamstrings, we went with a lying hamstring curl. I really like lying hamstring curls. I know a lot of people think the seated is superior, but for me, I'm able to really lock myself in here And as you can see, I'm getting the full stretch all the way to the bottom and then firing and flexing the hamstring like it's a bicep curl. Like I'm imagining my hamstring as a bicep and keeping really tight form here. And yeah, these freaking move my hamstrings. But I wanted to start with these because I like to do a hamstring curl and then a hip hinge. And if I go right into hip hinge, I still have too much power and I can handle too much load. So I'd rather kind of pre-exhaust the muscle here. And then finally, for the last movement of the day, we had this really cool piece of equipment at this gym where you're able to do kind of a variation of a straight leg or a Romanian deadlift. And the arc of the machine is so that like you could really lean back hard on it, and it takes a little bit of the tension off the lower back. And I feel like I'm pulling this up with my hamstrings 100%. But anyway, that's it. These are all the movements I did for leg day. Like I said, only 2 sets of every exercise because I've switched to upper lower split. But honestly, with the intensity super high, this completely trashed me, and I respect.